back to my channel, or good afternoon or good evening whenever you're watching this. So today I thought that I would kind of do a little bit of a day in my life of virtual uni, online uni, whatever you want to call it, because I've been kind of enjoying seeing other people's uni routines. Yeah, just thought I'd take you guys along on my day, see what I get up to. It's about 8:10. I've gotten up, done like skincare. If I still sound quite like morning-y, I'm sorry. I haven't like had anything to drink yet. I've got dressed into my All Saints top. I actually got this at the weekend. All Saints had a like 20% off everything. So I was like, I'm going to take advantage of that, and it just says All Saints love someone, and then just some leggings. But yeah, I'm going to open the curtains. If you can hear loads of noise throughout this video, there's a construction site like right next to my flat, so that's why, and I do apologise, but there's nothing I can do about it.
Before you educate the head, try to educate the heart.
Okay, so I made lemon water, loving this in the morning, super refreshing. Another bottle of water because I just like to stay hydrated, it means I don't keep having to go back and forth to the kitchen. And a chai latte, which I'm gonna sit here and enjoy and watch a YouTube video. In the morning, I don't like to get straight into work. I do like a little bit of relaxing time, but I'm trying not to film the morning too much because I do want to do like a university morning and nighttime routine. What I'm going to do as well is put a tiny bit of makeup on, like I mean tiny, just because I'm filming this today. I would never really usually put makeup on unless I'm planning on going to the library, which I do some days. Like we're allowed to book the library and then we can go in and use it. Sometimes then I put makeup on. Also, just to mention quickly, I know I'm not leaving the house and I would never usually put perfume on unless I'm actually leaving, but I said I went to All Saints at the weekend and they had 20% off. I bought a perfume. Like I could smell this through my mask when the lady gave me a little tester thing, and honestly it smells incredible. So I'm gonna spray a little bit of this just because I feel like it's a very nice daytime scent for me. I don't know if I'd wear this for like a big night out. I don't think it's as intense as I'd like, but for a daytime scent it's just incredible. Okay, so it's actually a little bit past 9. I usually like to begin work at 9, but my computer is really having some issues with like opening my uni dashboard, and I don't know why. Like every time I click on like the option to open it, it just says there's an error, but I've managed to get into one bit that I need right now, so I hope that sorts itself out. But anyway, this is my to-do list of everything that I need to do today. So from 10 till 12 I have a social psychology lecture, which I think is on prejudice, so that will be quite interesting, and that's live today. Sometimes they do like a mixture of like pre-recorded and live, but today it's live. 2 to 3 I have an individual differences tutorial, so that'll be through this thing we use called WebEx, and I'll have to like speak and things like that. So that's like all my contact hours, I guess, for today. I have to make social psychology cards, which will be based on the lecture. These I'll use because we have multiple choice questionnaires every 3 weeks, so they'll help me revise. I have a social psychology reading to do, an individual differences reading to do, film this video, and then I want to plan an essay because I'm actually planning on writing a whole essay in one day, which I might film. The reason I'm planning on doing an essay in one day is basically it doesn't count, it's just something that we have to do, so I just want to get it out of the way. And it's only 1,000 words, so it's not too bad. But yeah, this is kind of a manageable, she says now, but by the time it gets to like 10 PM I won't have got through it, but right now it seems kind of manageable. I'm going to do some reading for the social psychology reading for an hour before the lecture at 10, so yeah, that's what I'm going to get on with now. So this is what I'm going to be reading. It's called Obedience with Orders, Expanding Social Psychology's Conception of Obedience. So this is for I like doing my reading, so I'm always 1 week ahead. So this is for social psychology, but it's power and leadership, which I have next week. I do really like this module. It's super interesting. I'm definitely more interested in kind of the social side of psychology as opposed to the kind of individual biological side. That's just not my jam. But these readings can be kind of abstract sometimes, so hoping it'll be all right to understand. So I've done a bit of the reading and now I'm just in an online lecture.
Phobia, homophobia and so on. So on the one hand, we'll look at prejudice as a topic that is received a significant amount of attention.
So I've just finished that lecture. She actually ran out of time, so said we're gonna have to like continue it next week, which is a bit annoying because I need to make cards on it. So I'm just gonna have to try and make the revision cards based on the slides rather than what like she'd said. But yeah, it was a very interesting lecture. It was just looking at kind of like prejudice, how prejudice views come about and how to eradicate prejudice. So yeah, it was very interesting, just a bit annoying that it overran. But now I'm gonna go and get some lunch, have a little bit of a break, watch a little bit of YouTube. So here is my lunch. It's pretty big. I do have pretty big lunches because I don't eat breakfast, so like by the time it gets to lunchtime I'm always starving. But I've just got some roasted vegetable couscous. This is a lot more than what I'd usually have, but I must have split, like I make some and then like it makes 2 portions, and this was a portion left, but it seems quite big. A boiled egg, and then some mixed salad leaves, tomatoes, some avocado, and then this is like smoked salmon trimmings. Like if you like smoked salmon but you find it really expensive, just buy the trimmings. They taste exactly the same. They're just not as kind of aesthetic to look at, I suppose, but they're a lot cheaper. Okay, so I'm just gonna tick off what I've actually done today. So I've had the lecture and I've done that. This reading, actually, basically yesterday the guy put up the wrong reading. So someone asked on like the problems page what the correct reading would be. We did have 2 readings, so I did one of them, and he said he didn't mean to put up the other reading, so there was just 1 reading. So technically I've done all of the, it is individual differences by the way, and SP is social psychology. I just make it easier. So technically that's done. Right now I'm going to try and get this reading done before my tutorial. So I've just got that reading finished, so that's one thing that I can tick off my list. It actually was quite interesting. I don't know if any of you guys will be familiar with the Milgram studies, but I was just looking at how a lot of people conformed to giving the electric shocks, even though they did question the prods that the experimenter gave them, and then some people conformed without actually needing any prods. It was looking at basically that you can't just define obedience as having to be like an actual social interaction where someone says you have to do something, and that often it's quite like institutionalized in society. Like for example, you don't obey the law because you have a police officer there all the time saying don't rob a shop. Like you just know because it's kind of institutionalized. Now just reading through what the tutorial is going to be on. It's basically going to be on nature versus nurture when looking at people's personalities, which is very interesting. But some of the more nature theories confuse me a bit because it's quite biological, and I'm just not a lover of the biological side of psychology. It's just not my favourite. So I'm gonna quickly look over that. I have half an hour until the tutorial starts. We thought that we would do kind of an adoption study where we do a personality test of the biological parents to try and get biological parents who were quite high on introversion, and then place the adopted child when they're very young in a family where those parents are high on extroversion, and then kind of do a longitudinal study through the use of observation and maybe eventually doing a personality test on the child to see whether or not they then become extroverted through the social learning, or whether or not it's more biological. It's been like an hour and a half, 2 hours since I last filmed. Probably the last clip was me in the tutorial. I hate speaking in tutorials. Like, see, in person, when we did it in person, I properly didn't mind like speaking, asking questions, etc. But there's just something about it being online that is so scary to me. But yeah, I did that, and then I've just been sitting here making a bunch of cards. I didn't film it because I was charging my camera battery because it actually ran out, but that's all I've done. Made some revision cards, and right now I'm gonna go make dinner. I'm having tonight a halloumi bean stew, which is one of my classic studenty meals. It does me 2 nights in a row. Just quick, easy to make. So yeah, I'm gonna make that and have a break for tea, and then after tea I'm gonna be moving on to doing some essay planning. Not the most appetizing dish you've probably ever seen, but just like a hearty classic. Well, for me it's like my classic student meal whenever I eat this. Like if it's like the summer and I decide to make this, it just reminds me of being at uni. But yeah, you've just got beans, tomatoes, peppers, onion, chili, seasoning, coriander, and then the fried halloumi, and it's very filling, nutritious, and just, yeah, I'm gonna sit here, eat this, watch some YouTube, and then I will be getting back to it. So guys, I have decided that for the rest of the evening I'm actually gonna go, sorry for how dark it is, getting my shoes. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go to the Starbucks over the road to do work. It was shut for a while. I think it's just kind of recently reopened actually. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm gonna go there. I used to go there quite a lot, like last year and in first year, to do work. And I'm just in one of those moods where I know if I do my work here, I'm not gonna get anything done, because what I have to do, there's kind of no end finishing goal. With I've just got to plan an essay and start getting sources for it that I want to write tomorrow, and that doesn't really have a definitive finishing point, so I know if I stay here I'm not going to get it done to the level that I'd want. So I think I'm just going to go there. Yeah, I think I'm allowed to. Like Nicola Sturgeon's thing saying for us to stay away from cafes and restaurants, on her Twitter it said just for the weekend, which I did, and you know, I'm going on my own to sit in a cafe, and I highly doubt that it's going to be busy at this time of night. It shuts at 9, so I'll get a good amount of work done and then come home, maybe start editing this, I'm not sure, but I'm going to leave my camera here. I might get a few clips on my phone, and I'll update you guys on how I get on. Okay guys, I just got back from Starbucks. It was quite traumatic, I'm not gonna lie. Basically the referencing style for psychology has changed, that's fine, but our library hasn't updated. Like I use this thing that gives you references that you need, because sometimes I'll be using upwards of 40 references. Like, I just do not have the time to manually write them out. But the library thing hasn't updated to the new style that APA is using. And I asked one of the library people when it would, and they said they didn't know, but they gave me alternative programs to use. And the programs that they gave me are just so confusing. Like, usually you just click a button and there's your citation. So I had to spend a long time basically working out what's different about the new referencing style to rectify the fact that it's still in the old one. So that took a lot longer than I hoped. Nearly had a breakdown at Starbucks. I have breakdowns very easily. But yeah, then I managed to do a tiny bit of reading for the essay that I've got to write tomorrow, and a little bit of planning. So I might film like a full write an essay in the day with me. But yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing kind of what my uni day in the life of virtual uni is like. I will be probably doing some more videos like this in the future. Sorry for the state of me throughout this video, but you know, when it's uni days, I am not in the mood to put on loads of makeup. Well, not even not in the mood, just don't have the time. Anyway, I'm rambling. It's about 9 o'clock. I think I'm going to stop for the night because I want to get up pretty damn early tomorrow to get the essay done. So yeah guys, that's it for this vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, as ever, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.